Good evening and welcome to the Orville. Hey, that's not the right one.
Oh,
What happened? This is Star Trek.
Whoopsie.
Oh, Dave. Just when I thought I had everything good on the beginning, it went to hell again. All right. It's like a tradition.
Ruining your show, Jody. I'm sorry.
It's fine. You're not ruining it. You're making it better. All right. Anyway, we're here with the Orville Rewatch podcast, or the, episode review, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, we're talking about Orville season 2, episode 5. This is All the World is Birthday Cake. Of course, that kind of plays into the thing a little bit. And I know this is going to be a great episode for Dave, because Dave loves astrology. And that's kind of what this is about. Maybe not completely, but it almost always is. But anyway, you know what? We can't just do it with just Dave. We have a whole panel. But of course, we are going to start with Dave.
Okay.
That is Mr. Dave Mater.
Okay. First of all, yes, I am an astrologist. Okay.
Okay.
And this
Is there a
episode
degree for that, Dave? Is there a degree for that?
there should
No,
be.
because it's fake.
Yeah,
There are expertise and knowledge, and I'll tell you this episode is BS because it thinks that it thinks Scorpios are the problem. It's Scorpios, come on. No, it's definitely the Taurus, right? If it's anybody. So I'm just gonna put that down here tonight.
My wife's a Taurus.
Okay, well, sorry.
How dare you? How dare you? She's a lovely lady.
Thank you so much, but sometimes,
Hopefully she doesn't watch.
Oh,
All right.
Golly.
But, we have to have the other side of the cycle as well, which is the anti-astrology person. And of course, that happens to be Kevin Millard.
Do you see, Dave? Do you see where astrology leads us? I've been saying this for years.
Well, you have been, Kevin. You might have a point here. The point may have been proven with this one.
All right, and of course,
also, hold on. One more thing.
All right,
it doesn't make any sense that the birthdays would coincide because astrology depends on your planet.
Mm-hmm.
The astrology wouldn't be the same on another planet.
Yeah,
we don't need to do any more, Kevin. I'm completely.
Seth MacFarlane doesn't understand astrology, for the record here, so we'll also explain that.
Nobody does.
There, why? Because it's a fake science.
Anyway. And you asked if there was a degree. There's probably 10,000 degrees you can get in astrology.
That's how they figure out all the people that pay too much money for college and are stupid. That's the easiest way to figure it out. Anyway. Congratulations. My mother is an Aquarius. Anyway. But we need to round off the panel with some sanity. And of course, when we need sanity, we go to Mr. Facts himself. That, of course, is Adam Woodward.
Well, okay, if you want to know about facts, there's no facts in astrology.
I know.
So
that's kind of why I went with that.
This episode, I just finished it a few minutes ago, and I don't know. It was fine, but it wasn't. I didn't enjoy it.
I like the premise of it. I like the fact that they pick a certain group.
You know what?
They say,
Jody,
yeah, these are the bad people.
I didn't remember this episode, number one. So I really liked the beginning, the whole first contact part.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
they're sitting down at dinner, and then it all went to hell in a handbasket.
Oh, it goes to hell really fast.
This is why you don't walk up to strangers and go, "Today's my birthday." Never do that.
Now, I've been waiting for this episode so I could yell at Dave.
Okay. Listen, in reality, I just think it's a little bit of fun. Okay. I don't take it too seriously in my true beliefs, but I like to have a little fun with it. Nothing. It's a little harmless fun. No, like if you're enforcing it with guns and you're stealing babies and things like that. Yeah, then no, I'm not for that. Just for the record, just put that out there on Front Street to start off, but otherwise, yeah, this is a little nuts, this episode. I get really mad at these people in this episode, and I think that it's given astrology a bad name, and I object.
I think astrology gives astrology a bad name, but anyway, that's fine. All right.
What's an air sign, Jody? What's an air sign?
I believe
Dave knows.
it means is what is our
Okay, there are of the 12 signs here on Earth, at least. With there are 4 Earths. Sorry, there are 3 air signs, 3 water signs, 3 fire signs, and 3 Earth signs. Right, Taurus is one of the Earth signs. You know, okay, it's complicated. You know, we can't get into it all here, but
Thank God.
the air signs if you to answer your question are the Aquarius, the Geminis. You're one.
I'm a Gemini.
Yeah,
There
I know.
you go.
And who else? The third one is
It's okay. We don't really care that much, but
I've already zoned out.
well, now I can't remember.
I
it
zoned
all.
out like 8 years ago on this stuff.
I zoned out about
Actually, the
how
truth
long
is
have I
I
known you,
can't.
Dave?
Okay, I got something to say about this episode. It's
Okay.
really more of a commentary on fanatical religion, you know,
Absolutely, yeah.
and astrology is kind of a religion, I guess,
Yes.
but
Well,
it's also,
fanatical anyway.
you know, I think most people, it's kind of like Halloween, you know, it's kind of, it's not real. There's not really like,
Halloween's not real.
well, Halloween is a real day, but it's not like, you know, it's like, oh, it's spooky and stuff. Like, there's ghosts. You're getting into the spirit of things, right? If you know, it's just a little bit of fun.
All right.
It's not meant to be at gunpoint. I'm just saying.
To tell you the truth, I wish you had come here defending that society. Be like, that's the way we should live.
Wouldn't that be something? I have OCD. Yes, I do.
I think he does. Yeah.
That's that's beside the point.
I'm not sure if that's
the
correlated
Libras.
with
Of
this.
course, we're in the time of the Libras. Thank you, Sam. The Libra and the Geminis and the Aquarius, of course, are the 3 air signs. So
I don't know. Maybe we should talk about the thing that we're here to talk about. What do you think? We do that?
Let's go.
All right.
did we
I
ever
was
get
going to
off
ask your
topic?
opinions, but Dave took too much time. All
I
right.
already gave my opinion.
All right. Anyway, we start off the episode with basically we're on a foreign planet here, and these people are essentially conferencing to announce that they're going to be sending signals out into the universe to see if they can make first contact with somebody, or at least their version of first contact.
This was a great cold open. I loved it.
It was a good open. Yeah. Because you're like, you want to know more about them. And it's like, and everybody seems cool, like at this point. But even this guy seemed pretty cool. I can't remember his name, but
First minister, whatever. But you
First
know,
minister, yeah.
that's when when the turn comes later. That's why it's so much more shocking, and it's so much more of like this incredible betrayal out of nowhere.
This guy reminds me of Buzz Aldrin.
Okay.
Just saying. It's
Kinda
not him.
looks like it.
Yeah, it kind of looks like him a little bit. Anyway, basically they've made this array, which in my opinion is not nearly big enough to do what they want to do. But,
Well, it took a long time. Didn't it take decades or something?
yeah, but like, come on.
3 years. He said a
Oh.
few years.
Sorry.
Oh, a few years. Okay.
Few
So there you
years.
go. I still don't think this array is big enough to do what they want to do. But anyway, they launched the message, and I guess the message is, is anyone out there, basically? Can you hear me now? That kind of thing.
Now, this is interesting in this episode because unlike Starfleet, who waits for warp drive and space travel, their policy is if you say hello, we'll answer. We'll come and say,
yeah,
hey, there's space travel and there's a lot of planets and da 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 da. Just so you know,
I
Which
think
David
that's
got
much
in trouble
smarter.
that way.
that's a good policy. Yeah, you guys like that?
I'm not okay with this policy, and the reason being is because what happens if they're aggressive?
Like this episode?
Yeah.
Well, you have to think that you have, better armaments or whatever. You're ahead of them. But do you remember that episode Next Gen where Data answered that girl? There we go, Sam.
Yeah.
You're right, Sam. Of course.
What was it called?
Pen pals.
Pen pals.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No,
well,
I like this. I like this much better. Why wouldn't you want to get a society that is just reaching out rather than one that already has destructive power? Like, why?
Right.
Why
And I
wouldn't
guess,
you?
yeah.
To like, I know that the Federation is like we don't want to influence, but at that point, yes, you do. You do. So you don't end up with more Klingons or more like
right. You don't want the Krill showing up here
well,
first.
yeah, the Krill could come
Right.
here first. Oh, those orc-looking things we saw in the previous episode, right?
right.
Who might show up and just kill everybody. So you're better to say hello first. But Starfleet wouldn't do this, right? So it kind of sets Star Trek aside in this way. Might be an improvement, Jody.
I like it.
I'm indifferent, I guess. All right. Either way, it's fine.
No conviction.
Nope. I
Jesus.
believe that was yesterday night.
Oh yeah. And by the way, Ashley was amazing on Class L Probe the other night. She
Oh yeah,
killed it.
I haven't watched it yet, so
Oh, yeah.
I hope to watch it soon.
You were
we
good
get-
too, Adam. But
Oh, thank you, Dave. I was wondering.
Yeah, I was thinking, wasn't Adam on that? But anyway.
he was there. He was present, but Ashley was.
I thought it was one of my finest shows.
You were great. You were great.
Thank you, Dave.
I'm
Because
not totally sure that that's a high standard, but anyway. I've seen you on some of the debates there, Adam.
No, the debates. This is
You're
different.
not aggressive enough.
This is different.
Yes, I know it's different.
This is I'm not
It
aggressive.
doesn't matter. No one's talking about that channel anyway. So let's move on.
No aggression.
All right. Anyway, we get our first title card with our new character, which is Talia, who's played by Jessica. Don't even want to try to say the last names.
Sure.
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 Yeah, let's go with it. All right. But anyway, so first we see obviously the typical 2 ships, which means there will be a personnel transfer, because that seems what always happens. Our title card comes up as well. Then at that point we see a shuttle entering the Orville shuttle bay, and then it sure enough it's our new security officer, I guess, Talia, which happens to be the exact same race. And it turns out that I guess Ed actually asked for that. He requested
Begged.
So begged them for another one, which I thought she was the first one, so I don't know. I guess this one fell in after.
He really likes pickles, and he's worried they're going to be inaccessible.
Yes, he's self-conscious about his physical strength. It seems.
I
to be,
personally think that the Union has an issue if they hire people to run their ships that can't open pickle jars. I think that is already an issue. But
well, we don't know. Maybe pickle jars are much stronger in the future.
Oh, that's possible.
It's not like
they
they already have Isaac, who's also incredibly strong, and Bortus is also strong. Like this whole crew is, and Kelly can fight. Ed sucks. Like Ed is like if he wasn't the captain, like what would this guy be bringing to the table?
Ed does suck, but I think that's on purpose.
Like his only job he's suitable for is captain.
He's not even really that smart. Like at least Picard brought brains, right? But Mercer's not even really all that smart.
Nope. No. He's an everyman, basically. He's
Charlie Brown.
Very marginal. Yeah, he's Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
That's a good way to describe him.
Okay, so Tala's last name is her real name is pronounced Sar.
Sar.
Like
cool.
S or Sor. S-O-R. Look at that last name.
That's a last name right there. And the best thing is they put cherry on the front of it, which makes it even funnier.
Sheva Prava
Dumarong.
I gave up halfway through the name.
Sheva Prava Dumarong.
It's a tough one.
I don't know. Whatever. Either way. So basically, he's like, yeah, no, you can go to the bridge now. We're cool. Basically.
They have this whole thing about punching
Oh yeah,
in the face.
I guess he was asking her about her previous record, and there's something on her record where she punched a captain out. Turns out it was a spur of the moment thing, and it was to show, I guess, an alien race that she's in charge and to get help, basically. So it was like a disrespect thing, but that's what they liked or something like that. So anyway, it was okay. I wouldn't say
well, you warned me,
joke,
and
but...
she's like, I won't promise anything.
I won't promise anything.
And in real life, she was a print model for Kohl's department store in high school.
Oh, really?
And she once cleaned a teacher's house to earn money.
Good to know.
That's some
Why-
early fun facts.
Why are we getting? Why are our our fun facts shooting prematurely here? Like,
Sorry.
He felt like we needed them, and I'm
Oh,
not.
okay.
I'm not mad about
Well, we're
it.
talking about her right now. Might as well
All
finish.
right, fair enough. You just keep it on the down low there, Adam.
Sorry.
I'll bottle them up.
I don't care.
Just do the Jaemeel thing. Like, I will tell you at the end of the show that there's something to know here.
There you go. Yeah, he does that a lot actually. But anyway, so basically, I guess Kelly and Ed, I don't remember what this conversation was, but basically along the lines of, oh, she seems good or something like that.
Your birthday's coming.
Oh, the birthday part. Yeah. So, oh yeah, your birthday is coming in. Oh yeah, and then she says she's gonna try to see if Bortus will do like a shared birthday with her, which he seems to be completely opposed to, because
you get less stuff.
Well, you do get less stuff, which we find out in this scene. Basically, I think it's Gordon that actually says, "Yeah, why would you want to share? You get less stuff then, and he wants the eye on the prize, like to himself, right?" So, but anyway, they basically, he asks her to ask him, and she goes to ask him, and he's like, "Yeah, no."
No, he doesn't want to join. Is this an order?
Yeah, is it an order?
Is this an order?
Then I prefer to have my own celebration.
Separate parties.
Yeah, separate parties. And then at this point, this is when Talia actually receives the communication from this planet. Isaac then verifies that this is a planet that they haven't been to before. They don't have any contact with them. And everybody gets super excited because it's a first contact moment, which they don't get a lot of. So even Gordon got on the giddy bus there. I tried to get a good shot of him, but
even the extras,
even all the extras, including
Dan.
Look
Dan.
who shows up. Dan shows up. He doesn't
Working
say
bad
anything
as
past this, but he at least cheers with the rest of the group.
It's just nice to know he's there.
You know what?
Stalking.
It feels better now that I know that he's okay. Like, that's it. We should have a Dan watch.
He'll be fine.
Dan watch. Yeah, we want to make sure Dan doesn't die. All right. But anyway, they arrive at the planet.
They wouldn't have gone anywhere. She's gone now, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
What's that?
Are you talking about his breakup?
Oh, no. I just wanted to make sure. I just want to make sure he's safe. Like he's the prize of this ship.
Oh.
Who else would get elevator music in there? But anyway, so they arrive at the planet. Can't remember what the name of the planet is. Doesn't really matter. But anyway,
Roller 2 or something.
Is that what it is? All right. Well, we'll just call it planet. All right. Anyway, so they take a shuttle to go make first contact. Basically, it's a very Earth-like planet. Which is
Regor.
Case. What's that?
Regor 2, sir. Regor 2.
Regor 2. All right. So there you go. Can't remember what's said here, but there's a reason why I took this picture. But
Bortus still is just like, hey, we're having separate parties, right? We're still on that. That's basically it.
It was good. That was a good one. I thought that the whole joke about hey, you want to make up fake names when they get down there, that was weird. And I think something more you would say in the shuttle, not really right before you're walking up, but
and you don't know, like this alien race could have like insane hearing, like like we don't.
It might not take well to being lied to about names. You don't know anything here, like
you don't know nothing, so probably a bad idea. But I think he's goofing around anyway. But basically they goof around. He says along the lines of that. So they basically walk towards them. They meet the minister. He basically greets them. Everything's going hunky dory, I guess is a good way to look at it. They get welcomed. He does the handshake, which the guy's like, "What?"
Can I also say something?
Absolutely.
Since last week when you mentioned or Adam, I can't remember who told me about the badges now being added on top of the uniforms.
That was a fun fact last week, Dave.
That was a fun fact, Thank you, Adam.
And you guys didn't like my fun facts last week.
I loved them.
Well, they weren't that good, but I think it had something. I think it had something to do with the content. I don't think it had anything to do with you.
It's really only about how much I love them, really, Adam. It's in a given week. But on these badges, I was noticing them a lot, and I think I like them. But they really were popping out to me in this whole episode since I knew about that fun fact.
I really like them. I like this actually. I don't like them blended into into the uniform.
Yeah, I think with them sewn onto the uniform, I think it's kind of silly. But
I literally don't care either way. I don't
yeah,
notice.
we
at
figured
all.
you're
Not even a little.
You know how they have
Like,
that, like, righteous good and
I was here
You're
for
the
that
middle
fun.
line always. Yeah,
I was here for that fun fact last week. It never dawned on me to even give
think
that
about
a
it again.
thought.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't think about it either until just now. So, but anyway,
Although,
You know what? I'm going to give
look fine.
homage to Dave here. Listen, Dave has given me a new appreciation for uniforms since I started doing this with him.
Well, thank you, Adam. That's
I certainly noticed flaws in uniforms now because of Dave.
Yeah. I noticed the bad ones for sure.
Yeah, I
We
noticed.
were
the bad
watching
ones, for sure.
Enterprise yesterday, and Daniels was on it, and I just
Oh, that's a
raged
terrible
at
uniform.
his,
The black
Yeah.
one, right? Like
not
the
made
black
for
one.
Oh
comfort.
yeah,
Matrix
That
one. Yeah. Ugh.
yeah. Comfort of the person viewing it either. It's awful looking.
Yeah, it's
Lose.
it's like looking at a shredded tire. It's so terrible.
Yep.
Anyway, we get a picture of the array. They go to this building.
Oh yeah, look how Bortus is like, yeah, impressive or cool. He's just like whatever.
Yeah, he's like whoopie-doo.
I think he just goes very nice or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's like us like going back and looking at DOS computers or something and going, oh,
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Claire and Tala basically are getting they're basically going through their hospital, I guess is a good way to look at it, their medical care system. And they're kind of going through it and having a look, and they come across the baby ward. And the first thing Claire mentions is like, these guys, there's a lot of premature births going on here. Like, what's going on? And the guy basically explains, well, he starts to explain it, I think, and then he gets interrupted, right? With this emergency C-section.
Yeah.
Emergency C-section, which we think, the baby's in crisis or something like that. And that's the reason why they're doing it. Baby comes out very premature. Claire scans, figures out that there's actually nothing wrong, and that there's no valid reason as to why. And then, of course, Tala basically says, like, well, maybe we just don't understand them. Maybe we don't understand something yet. Blah, blah, blah. And then that's when we basically find out that, they essentially take kids out early because they don't want them to be a certain astrological sign. Well, it comes later on, but we kind of get the gist of it at this point. So they end up sitting down, having their cordial dinner. This guy toasts as well as Mercer also toasts. I like when he sits down and she's like, oh, that was really nice, well said. And he's like, yeah, I plagiarized that from like 8 different things. And it's basically, which just goes to show you how kind of somewhat inept he is.
So for me, up till now, this episode was great. Like, I was quite enjoying it.
Yep, I'm good with this. I'm totally fine with this. And then they get into she does her demonstration, which I don't think I actually got screenshots of it, but basically the candlestick that's in front of the candle holder there, that's in front of her, she basically just bends with ease, flops it basically, which if you notice, if you look close enough, it was flopping before she even touched it. But anyway, it's
not real.
No, it's not real.
She's not really that strong.
She's not really that
crazy.
Strong. I don't think anyway. Maybe she is. I don't know. But basically, and then Kelly mentions basically that her birthday is coming up. And so is Bortus's. And this is when the episode goes to shit. Right here. Basically, they start having discussion. Then all of a sudden, all these guys with what appears to be, I think they're P90s. Which is incredible that they would develop a gun that looks exactly like the gun that we've developed.
But how with these impressive dress uniforms on the part of the Regorians?
I knew that was going to come up eventually.
Oh, they look great.
They look great. That general looks amazing. He's got like the stuff on the top of his with the, I was like, I buy it. This seems like a real planet, like a real place with like its own customs and wardrobe. And
hey, Dave,
not into the whites.
Dress whites.
Really,
I'm not into it.
You don't like the
never liked them.
whites either?
Nope.
The whites are fine for me, but
Dave, just in the astrological sense, is there any meaning to that flag up on the top there?
No, not to
Oh.
me, because it's probably it's based on what the stars are on your
No,
planet.
I know. I just wondered if they did something to do with ours or something.
No, not that I know of. Yeah, it's but they made they went to some effort on the set design, to give it like its own personality and flair here.
Yeah, I think they did a good job on that. I buy that it's a foreign planet, and these are people that aren't.
The makeup on these aliens is a little for me, but I think that the costumes and like the place, like the set itself, is really
the face paint thing that they got going on, and the little tiny like goatee makeup thing that they got going on there too. I didn't like that. That's the first time I can say in this series I didn't like the makeup.
Yeah, they don't need to knock it out of the park every time.
That's true.
When Tala was like bending the candle, I thought it would have been really funny if she just blew out the candles and said, "That's it."
Yeah, if she went, ta-da.
And they were all like, whoa.
Whoa.
You mean we don't have to let these things burn all the way
Are
down?
you these jellyacks or whatever they're called?
But anyway, we see that everybody's been thrown into a detention area. But
you kind of missed the big point there, is because they said it's my birthday, or Kelly says it's my birthday next week.
He's
Best
like,
birthday
what? What?
Well, that's
He's
what
so
I did
mad.
say, but anyway, that's fine.
You said it. Missed it.
All right. Well, pay attention. You're too busy looking up fun facts.
I know.
All right. Anyway, so they end up going into detention area, and of course, Bortus and Kelly were taken off separately. At this point, they're kind of locked up in the old cage here. This guy shows up, and apparently, how they age people and figure out how they were born, they take a piece of your teeth. They drill out a tiny piece of your teeth, and I guess from there they can figure it out.
Yeah, like carbon date you or something.
Yeah, I like how he goes to go for Mercer, and Tala instantly grabs the guy and just chucks.
She
him
should
right
have
up
grabbed
in
the
wall.
guy with the gun and then taken the gun.
Yeah, it seems like it seems like tactically this wasn't the best idea.
I don't know what they
Well,
taught her
look,
this.
Look, it's her first day. All right.
Okay, It was like she looked tough, but this went nowhere.
I do like her attitude compared to the other one though, because her attitude is much more protective and less whiny, which this is one of the reasons why I like this character. But anyway, she lets him back down. He explains that this device does that essentially. So it's basically a drill. There's no way around it. It's a drill. So they drill a little tiny thing, and then I guess I missed it, but you see the device shoots out this little tiny piece of thing. Now, my question is, do they fill it after? Like, you took a piece of tooth.
Probably not.
Like,
not
they
the-
probably
they're
don't
jerks.
care.
So they do this for everybody?
I don't enjoy that sound, so I would not like
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I don't like the drill sound. But anyway, so we go back to these guys talking. Basically, he's explaining that, this is, these people are terrible people, and, this is why our society doesn't allow it. So they're being sent off, and he basically tells the captain, you should go back to your ship and take off. We're done talking, basically.
Right. To them, it's like obscene, right? Like there's no
Yeah.
way you would ever associate with people born under this sign. And to them, it's like the ultimate taboo of their society. To them, it's complete. What the hell is going on? And then apparently the Solans never had such a system at all.
What hubris on these people, though? The first aliens they meet, and they're going to steal 2 of them.
Right.
Yeah,
And then be like, be on your way and forget we exist.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Forget your people.
Yeah.
So my question is
pretty
this: if these
incredible, yeah.
people are not, if these people are not native to your planet, what purpose does it to actually keep them?
Exactly. This is
Like,
the
and
big
that's-
hole in this episode. If I
Yeah.
was Mercer, I'd just say, I'm never leaving. I'm going to be above your planet forever.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep shooting down on your fucking planet until you give me back my people.
No, I was going to keep calling you and saying, just like,
I'm gonna
Hello.
harass you like a telemarketer until I
Yeah.
get my people back.
Well, they could have gone for the annoying strategy. They didn't really try that avenue too hard. They went more diplomatic. But then they were like, I don't know. They tried for a month apparently to get them out of there.
And this is where I don't understand their rules. Like what's the harm in taking them?
It's absurd to leave them. It's absurd not to force them to give them back.
Yeah.
It's just absurd.
But they're kind of hostages, right?
For me, it's the same in that episode with Crusher with Wesley.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say the same thing.
It's just absurd to allow your people to be put in harm's way that way.
Yeah. Well, and on top of that, let's look at it from the planet side. Okay, the guy who runs this planet, he knows that the people he's dealing with have advanced technology because they managed to come to him. So, like at this point, he's putting his entire planet at jeopardy over two people that don't need to be there.
Yeah.
And all he had to do was just say, "Get the fuck off my planet, take your people, goodbye," and that's the end of it. But instead, he's like, nope, I'm going to hold these two because, our religion or our values say that they're terrible people and we need to put them in.
That's a plausible thing that could happen. It's stupid.
It's
but
plausible. Yeah, absolutely. But is it plausible for a pre-warp? Because I think they're pre-warp as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
They make no mention of traveling or anything.
Of warp is.
Yeah, whatever. Either way, they can't leave their planet essentially, or minimally can leave their planet.
My point is, like, the Union its stance on this is ridiculous and absurd to allow your people to be held and just be like, well, non-interference. They took two of your people. What do you mean non-interference?
But we see this in Star Trek all the time. We can't break our first. We can't break the first rules and all that. And it's like,
what you're on their turf is what Ted Danson tells them, guys. Yeah, and I kind of get the rationale that, like, I
get the idea of it.
These are their laws, whether you agree with them or not, and you have to play ball, and it's up to them to release them to you, not for you to take them.
Yeah,
basically. Or they, I'm sure if they escaped, then that would be okay. Or would it? Like, basically, but under that logic, you would have to return them because we're on your turf, so we have to.
Well, later on when we find out that they're at the concentration camp thing, and they're like, "Has nobody ever tried to escape?" Nope. It's like, okay, because they accept this as
they're all true believers. Yeah,
there's based on this technology they have with your teeth or whatever. There's no way you can hide from it. There's no way you can you can just be blend into society. Apparently, they screen for it all the time. They're obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So
this is also where the crew figures out that this is based on astrology essentially, and this is what's going on. And the reason why there is so many premature babies is because they take them out before they're ready. Because that's better than letting them be born during this sign, essentially. And Clara is obviously upset about this. I was actually kind of disappointed with Penny Johnson in this one. And the reason being is because usually she goes full tilt, I'm very angry, full tilt. And she didn't in this episode. She just kind of went, yeah, no, this isn't good, basically, which is kind of off character for her, I thought. But it is what it is, I guess.
You know what, though? I don't think they did a very good job describing. They said they have violent tendencies. I would like to know in the history, why.
Yeah, why do you think that? Where's the proof of that? Yeah, that would have been nice to know.
There's no proof of it. It was based on that star disappearing 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, but even then, Dave, I mean, just show the history, show the folklore then around it, something more.
Go to a book or a library archive or something, and show us a playback of something or something along the line.
There's a lot of wacky folklore religion or stuff on Earth that I don't think we have a lot of explanation.
Oh, it still happens. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
But anyway,
all of it.
Well, yeah. Good chunk of it anyway.
All of it.
Yeah. Well, let's not get into there. That's a whole other problem for an episode, and we're not trying not to get banned here. But anyway, so we see this truck roll up, and it's obviously a detainment truck. And sure enough, our two people are in there, and they go into this kind of penal colony thing, which it's kind of small.
It's a concentration camp, you might want to call it.
So I wonder how many of these they actually have, because like there's no way the entire population would fit into this.
Well,
of the
no,
people.
they try to prevent babies being born. It wouldn't be a large population. They
It would-
actively try
Well,
to
I
prevent
guess it depends on what
people
the
from being-
population is too. Yeah.
Now, just think about it, guys. For a whole month, and happy belated birthday, Kevin. But
Indeed.
for a whole month, no birthday parties at all. No happy birthday jubilations at all. You
I'm
know?
kind of
Like,
okay with that, but anyway, that's fine. I guess I would be okay in this. Plus, I also like the color of the jumpsuit. So in this scenario,
yo, you want to go live with the?
I'm okay with this.
I didn't like the meals.
The meals seemed a little
The
Wow, that
nutrition was
terrible,
lacking.
but-
You
yeah.
know,
But
that's
basically,
how-
this is our concentration camp, which obviously I guess they have it in different barracks in different areas. So I guess it is bigger than we actually see. It's just we only see in the one area. So they basically go to, this is like the Colonel Clink of this outfit, basically, and they're I don't even remember what this conversation was, but basically it's like.
he's like, you'll follow the rules.
Yeah, like
aliens.
it's the typical like you'll do what I say or else, basically. But I do think those jumpsuits are pretty fly. I'm not gonna lie, I like the color. But anyway, so Kelly tries to cause some shit, unsuccessfully, might I add, after he takes a shot into the air. I'm not totally sure why a shot in the air is supposed to scare people, but I guess it does. But
I thought he looked up to see the hole he created.
did he? Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. I didn't actually notice that, but
Crap.
Anyway,
Anyway,
so-
fixed. It's gonna rain in here.
well, that's the problem, right? Can't just go shooting through. But anyway, so Kelly basically, she gets subdued essentially, and then we're back at the ship, and this is where Sam from Cheers shows up, who has now been promoted to an admiral in the Union. Which is good because that's bartender to this is pretty good. But how do you feel about Ted Danson's character?
Well, he's kind of a boring admiral, not letting them do what they want to do, and he's kind of giving them all the answers you don't want, and so but it's still Ted Danson, and he's delightful, and he's
true.
great. So how can you get too mad at him? He's a pretty good admiral.
Well, I don't like his answers, but I guess he's representing the Union. But anyway,
those admiralty badges, like the gold
Well, yeah.
badge. Whew.
Like I
Looking
said,
good.
the union's position on this is absurd. To allow your people to stay in a prison camp
they got
for
lots
that
of people.
long
They can spare
because
some.
they
don't
were
have lots of
bored.
people, Jody. They need people. They have thousands of ships to outfit.
Right.
As long as you can leave a couple people on each planet, it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. First
We'll
officer.
get you a couple new people.
Yeah,
whatever.
Like the second highest rank on the ship, and they're like, just leave her there. It's fine.
Everyone gets promoted.
Yeah. The second and third, people are the two.
That could have
are
been
down
a
there.
joke, but they never make that joke. Like, well, maybe we'll all move up.
Yeah. And then Isaac's like, I'm kind of confused. Like, what's this bullshit? Basically, is what he says. Like, this is astrology bullshit. What is this? And they kind of explain it to him.
There's no
and then-
science behind any of it.
Indeed. I know that hurts to say that, Dave, but it's fine. Anyway, they're playing some sort of game here. This looked interesting, I thought. I don't know what it is, but it looks kind of cool. But anyway, they're playing this game and thing. We see Kelly and Bortus just kind of like stewing on the fact that they're here. And then at this point,
There's the guy who comes steals the food from the pregnant woman.
Oh, he tries to steal the food from the pregnant lady. Yeah, he tries to steal the food. This guy here, and then this is when Bortus kind of jumps in and says, "Yeah." And then I like what Bortus said after this. He's like, "He was a coward." Basically,
Yeah. He was a coward. He won't be back.
He will not be back. Yeah.
We didn't see like that the people who what are they called, Jelliacs, right?
Jelliacs.
That they're like, no, we do belong here. We're violent, and whether we know it or not, they kind of like they buy into like the rhetoric, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, he gives the rations back to the lady and walks on the way. And then we get to see her, I guess, her husband, boyfriend, whatever he is. And then at that point, we go back to where he's having a TV conference, basically. And I guess he's, kind of warning that, Jiliac season is upon us, and any baby born in the next 30 days will be have to follow our tradition of locking them up or whatever.
Yeah.
So what do they do with the babies when they're young?
They get locked up, Jody. What do
They
you
get
think?
locked up same place?
They go to the playpen of doom.
The playpen of doom. Okay. I knew something was going to come up with that. But anyway, now, remember how I talked a couple episodes back about how Enterprise had a terrible way of doing background characters CG'd?
Big CGI people in particular, yeah.
Watch this scene again when you get a chance. It is absolutely terrible. I don't know.
Even that still, they look like they're in a grid. Like they don't look like a random grouping of people.
Yeah. It looked
It's kind
literally
of like
it's like a cut and paste.
It hurts my brain to look at it.
Yeah,
So,
it's not good. I get why they're doing it. It's to show that their culture watches these things, and they hang on to every word of this guy. And at this point, basically, he's finishing his little thing, and this is when Mercer shows up, with Talia again, and basically says like, like, what are we gonna do here? Like, you got to give us our people back. And he's like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. This is the most useless scene in the entire episode, in my opinion. It literally says the exact same thing they already said over and over again.
yeah, that they're locked in. This is that they are devoted to this doctrine is basically what this is just meant to reinforce, and that like no matter what they say, it's like trying to go through non-violent or non-forceful means is going nowhere.
Exactly. Same thing that they already said, basically.
Yeah.
And this guy's just as stubborn as he was. Nope, we're not doing that. I can't even remember what Talia says in this episode, in this part. I remember her saying something to him, and then he just kind of brushed her off. But I don't remember what it was. Now
this gets tiresome. He walks out of everything, and
every meeting he walks out of, every meeting he says the exact same thing. I don't get why we keep seeing the same scene over and over again.
What's incredible about these aliens is that they never even it never would have even occurred to them that other aliens wouldn't be into this astrology thing or wouldn't have this belief system. It's like absurd to them that you wouldn't, right? And they just assume that you would.
So it's basically a planet of Dave's.
But like an entire planet is that arrogant? Like there's not even like a minority of them that are like, no, we shouldn't do that.
And also they don't understand that astrology is just their planet, like it's specific to their planet.
Yeah.
Well, that would make sense, right? But they're like, no, like everyone would have jelliacs and everyone would hate their jelliacs. Obviously, that's all. Like, everyone, come on, like any idiot can figure that out. Which I could see how like that could be a belief system, but for it to be so universally like accepted is kind of incredible. Like it's kind of implausible.
Yeah.
Ted Danson
again. This time, Mercer is sitting with the school teacher guy. Can't remember his name. Don't care.
No, and I don't hate him, but I always hate his outfits.
Yeah, his outfits are brutal.
Like you should see what this turtleneck thing he's wearing at the end. It's awful.
I like this one though.
He's the Jake Sisko.
He's like the Jake Sisko.
He's very Jake Sisko. Yeah. That's a good. That's a
and
really
Wesley Crusher all wrapped in one.
He's a super Jake Crusher right there. That's what they should have called him, Jake Crusher. Anyway, we get Ted Danson again, who basically reiterates the exact same thing he already said. Nope.
And you get back to work. We want your ship back.
Yeah,
on
like
duty.
you got 24 hours to get out of orbit. And
we have supply runs.
We got things to do.
We got cargo.
Yeah, you have one of my multi-trillion-dollar ships available to you.
We're gonna send an ambassador ship. They're gonna come.
Yeah, they'll come over. They'll say hi, and eventually they'll talk them into it. Then at this point, I can't remember what they're doing. Oh, they're trying to figure out if they have any other option. And then I guess Talia basically, she gets up and starts looking at the stars. We don't really know what she's on to about yet. But basically her plan is to recreate the star that disappeared because of the black hole, which they don't know is there yet, but they will know in a minute. Oh, look, and he's having another TV appearance to say the exact same thing again.
But no, but now is the new month. It was like the
Yeah,
new
there's
birthdays.
that appetizing food that they serve.
Yeah, it was now the time of the Sagittarius.
Oh, that's right. Yes, it's now the new time, which means the kids are safe now.
They're going to be the new leaders. So it's
Yeah.
not just that the Jelliacs are no good. It's that your star sign
kind of denotes what
decides
you're going to
your
be.
rank in society across the entire society.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is interesting because they had a conversation earlier when they were doing the formal thing at the table. They were talking about currency and how the union doesn't use currency. Basically they, your respect is kind of your currency in their world, which makes no sense considering I don't respect half the people that are in charge of things in the union.
They also already had an episode about your, it's not respect, it's reputation. Your reputation.
Yep.
Is your currency.
Your currency. They did an episode about that, and it wasn't good. It didn't. No. That wasn't a good way to go.
Wasn't a great way. So I'm not totally sure what this is. I think it's the stuff that they put in Taco Bell, but I could be wrong.
Refried beans.
It looks like a lot of refried beans. I guess it's cheap. But anyway, so we see them coming back from their area, and when they come back, it turns out this lady's in labor, which is convenient because the kid's going to be a leader. I guess.
Sagittarius.
Yes, whatever. Anyway, so anyway, she's in labor. They're like, go get the medic, and she's like, no, because if they find out that she has the baby, they're going to take her away. So at this point, Kelly goes into
she asked Bortus if he knows anything, and he goes,
yeah.
She's like, you had a kid, do you know anything? He goes, will there be an egg?
Will there be an egg?
Will there be an egg? Then no.
Then no.
And he goes like, eggs are easier.
Yeah, after she gives birth, like that's the first thing he says is like, eggs are easier. Yeah, it's like the lady just went through a big traumatic experience, but whatever. So anyway, we're back on the ship again. At this point, they're researching some stuff. This is where Tala basically says, like, can you check to see if there was like a black hole there or anything like that? Or, it turns out there is, and that's what swallowed the star. So they come up with this idea, I guess Gordon and I think it was pretty much just Gordon was like, well, we could just make a star or something like that.
But the whole idea here too is that like this is Tala's first episode, and it's Tala's idea that saves the day. That she's got to figure out this, like what the sort of the key is to sort of tapping into this culture, and B, like and then I think it's Isaac and Jay. What's the engineer's name? His name Lamar are kind of figuring it out in the end. Right?
Yeah.
The tech of it all.
The tech of it, yeah, which is basically a big, huge solar sail. But anyway, so now we go back to this, and we see her putting her baby in the floorboards, I guess, to hide the baby. Turns out an inspection happens at the exact same time. So these guys basically ruffle through all the stuff, blah, blah, blah. He basically gives Kelly a hard time again, because that seems to be the fun thing to do. Bortus is like, this guy's a doof, and then at that point, he basically puts a gun to her head, and he basically says, tell me that you're jelliac or celiac scum or whatever the hell they call them, or garbage, I think he says. So she says it, like you got a gun to your face, obviously, probably a good idea. So she says it. Obviously, she doesn't want to, but she does. Then at this point, we've the husband wants to basically give up the baby so the baby could have a good life.
It's actually an important scene because it shows. I mean, we already know how. I think at this point we already know how long they've been there, but if she's that willing to just say things, her fight's gone.
Yeah, Well, and she wants to fight to keep the baby, but he's like, we can't. If we let them know that the baby's here, then, like, okay. So here's the problem that I have. they know she's pregnant.
Mhm.
Okay, that's an obvious thing. So either way, they're going to figure out where this baby is.
Well, the husband admits, like, there's no way we can keep this a secret. So
Yeah, we can't keep a secret. So at this point, I'm going to say, that, and they're going to get the baby. She screams, obviously.
And she's screaming a lot. You think that might draw some attention.
You would think so. But anyway, here's a little baby who is clearly much bigger than he was earlier. So I don't know how much time has passed in between these, but I'm guessing it's only
he's a jelliac. No, he's a child. He's a passata or whatever. So
yeah, whatever the other one is. Yeah. So anyway, he takes the bassinet and takes the baby. Kelly feels really mad, and
she's like, "We're gonna get out of here."
We got to get out of here. Basically,
she's like, "This is the final straw for me."
So this is when they basically talk about their plan. They're going to take a shuttle. The shuttle's going to deploy a solar sail. They're going to put it in an area where the star was. The star is going to appear to them like it's shown back up. And of course, so here's another problem I have with this plot. What happens if somewhere in their doctrine it says something along the lines of, well, if the star shows back up, it's the end of days? Like, how do we know that this is going to be a positive thing? I guess is what I'm kind of questioning. Because realistically, everything is assigned to them, right? So
right,
they do a lot less damage by just landing the shuttle in the camp and then taking their people away.
Yep, a lot more damage.
There's a chance that they could, like, hold them as hostages, execute them. Like, so there's a danger in trying to extract them.
Danger. Yeah,
but you're right that, like, they don't know how they're going to react to this. They could just kill all of the.
They could just say, "Oh, maybe in the prophecy somewhere it says you have to wipe out everyone when that star comes back." We don't know.
They got lucky. Apparently the episode's written in a way that they say, "Okay, well, they hit the jackpot and everyone was released," and then all the this whole. But, like, how does a whole society go from treating, like, basically a certain percentage of their population like this for all of time
to everything
for 3,000 years?
Yeah.
So everything's it's all over, guys. Cool. Yeah. We're all cool now. You're not violent anymore. We trust you.
So we had this action scene with a lot of gunfire. We got to see Kelly shooting some guns, Bordas shooting some guns.
How many people did they kill in this scene is my question.
I would say 10, probably around there. Because we see the
probably
first
a lot less than on day 2. They land the shuttle and just pick them up.
They should have corresponded with this prison break.
It's also great that realistically she knows how to fire this gun just from picking it up. That's handy as hell too. Because
guns are pretty intuitive.
Yeah, they are, but there's also safeties on them, and
they're like an iPhone for killing. Yeah, there's a lock screen, but
maybe it's part of their training. We don't know.
Well, no, I understand that she can shoot guns. I'm totally fine with that. It's just this gun would be foreign to her. She would have to take a minute to figure out how to use it.
But maybe she's already been taught to use those types of guns in these kinds of situations.
Well, they are basically Earth guns that they didn't bother to, like, change anything on. Like, one's a P90 and the other one looks like it's a standard Glock. But anyway, and she throws these grenades, which also she knows how to use these grenades, which I thought was impressive as well. Because grenades, yes, are grenades, pretty easy to figure out, but again, these are foreign grenades. You don't know. Do
prison guards normally have grenades?
No, and that was another thing I was going to mention is doesn't seem right.
A camp that's that small, like, it's a pretty small compound.
Yeah, I get the rifles and whatever, but
the rifles make sense. The P90s don't make a lot of sense, but in this scenario, but that's fine. They can have them.
But the grenades, I think it was a little gratuitous. But
the grenades were a little far, and on top of that, the grenades aren't very good.
This is also a planet that does weird things, like put people on a certain birthday and internment camps. So
yeah, fair enough. Hey. It's almost like it's bullshit.
And and then they get out the door, but then they're cornered, and then the warden's
cornered. We see that jackass guy again. You can see how Kelly's just kind of like she's done. Like she gave it her all. It didn't work out. Bordas is like, I am going to raise hell.
Basically, he's broke. He's defeated, man. He's so like.
I don't think he's defeated. I get the impression he's thinking about round 2. But anyway, so we see these guys get in the shuttle. They jump in the shuttle. They go out towards the area where they need to deploy the thing. At this point, we now see the firing squad scene where basically they've now tied them to the. I can't remember the actual name that they call these things now. Gallows? No, these aren't gallows. These would be. I don't know. Anyway, there's a name, but let's be honest,
They're big
just
posts.
They're tied to posts. All right. Anyway, and they're about to get killed. And then this is when these guys decide they're going to deploy this solar thing. They deploy it. Now, I will say the way they animated this was pretty cool. I liked it. I thought they did a good job. This made up for the CG crowd that was terrible. In my opinion, I liked it. And at this point, they see it gets deployed. Then
we were in high hopes that our engineer can deploy a solar sail.
Yeah.
That's Star Trek 4.
Hopefully, it'll generate enough power to keep us alive.
That's right.
Yeah, indeed. So anyway, at this point, they're about to fire. This guy looks like he's on drugs, but I think that's just the clip I got. And then at this point, they all of a sudden see this star.
Okay,
back up.
Stop for a second. So they look at the star, but it stops. Like that is enough to stop the executions.
It says in the prophecies somewhere that you have to stop all executions when the star comes back.
Like, are they they have to call headquarters and go, "Did you see that? Is there anything we should do?"
Is this a sign from the
Is this
stars?
a sign that we shouldn't kill them all?
I guess.
Oh, look, he's on the phone. Maybe.
And then the guy's just like, change. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. Like,
this means change. This was a sloppy ending. Totally sloppy.
I just feel like they okay, that's nice, and then they go, okay, fire,
and then they go yada yada yada. They skip ahead to them being out of there. This guy with his again with a terrible outfit on Drew or whatever his name is.
Oh, look at that! God, that is terrible. Ugh.
Come on, no.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the best scene of the whole episode.
Well, yeah, they're having a party on the bridge, hoping the krill don't attack. Apparently,
so there's no big screens anywhere else.
These things are still going on. We put the heads on the dancing bodies in an age where they can literally make anything they want with the computer or a hologram or whatever. They're still doing this stuff.
I think it's kind of funny that they would go by. It's like Ed Mercer listening to Frank Sinatra or whoever, all the time.
Some things age well, I guess.
It's a retro thing. This would be like us making let's make an old timey silent movie, everybody.
Well, he's still watching The King and I, Yul Brynner. I mean, God.
Right, yeah, they were going for the old Brenner. That's true.
Well, Mercer is known to be nostalgic. He's he likes all the older things and
he plays Cool in the Gang.
Yeah,
jab. Yeah. Well, they thought it was hilarious.
I did enjoy the part where Bortus is getting spanked. I thought that was pretty good.
I
love his response. Clyden's response is amazing. This is good.
This is amusing.
This is amusing.
I feel like bad for Clyden. Clyden has nothing to do all the time. So whenever he gets out of his room, there's something going on.
Well, not only that, these guys haven't been in episodes for 5 episodes maybe, and they get to stand there. The girl doesn't even say anything, who's now a boy technically, but it's with that it's but I like the fact that Bortus is upset with it, and Clyden's
how come
this is hilarious.
Clyden, how come Clyden, in the earlier phone call to Ted Danson, how come Clyden wasn't at that call? With the boyfriend.
The boyfriend was, but not Clyden.
Yeah. Clyden was too busy.
He's busy with Topa, I guess,
doing some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh my God, that outfit is terrible. Now that you've, cannot unsee.
What's the color?
Oh, it's just terrible.
It's just the composition of it. What are you going for with this exactly?
We're going for. I will kill Mr. Rogers when I find him. That's what that is. But anyway, Kelly looks over nicely to Mercer. Mercer looks back you're having a good time.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he basically says, wow, that was a hell of a first day for you, or first month, I guess, at this point, because she's now been on this for a month now, technically. And they're like, oh, you did really good, blah blah blah, and there's Mercer drinking, and that's the end of the episode.
This was a belated birthday party because
Yeah.
they actually spent their birthday eating that refried beans. And
Yeah, which is terrible. So, but anyway, that is the end of this episode.
But what time is it, Jody?
Oh, you know exactly what time it is.
Time is it?
What?
What time is it?
Oh, it is Fun Facts Time!
Fun facts let out.
Oh,
Ooh, I got some
is
backup
Kevin
on
singing
that one.
today? Is Kevin singing?
No, not
No,
today.
you'll never get Kevin to sing it.
Oh well, maybe
Well,
one
maybe
day.
if he's really drunk.
Maybe on my birthday. Maybe on my birthday.
Wow, there's like reverb there and everything. All right, give us some fun facts
All right.
because this episode wasn't that fun.
All right. Do you know what the title of this episode is taken from the song "It's All Too Much" by the Beatles?
Oh, really? Okay.
Mhm.
I didn't know
All
that.
the World's a Birthday Cake is in some
Yep.
obscure Beatles song. Okay.
Well, let's be honest. If it's barely comprehensible, it's going to be in a Beatles song.
All right. So during the banquet scene, Captain Mercer says, "We all do better when we all do better." This is a phrase was famously used by Minnesota Senator Paul Wellstone. I don't know whether he's a Democrat or a Republican.
I'll look him up.
Okay.
Paul
Wellstone.
I would put money on Democrat based on that line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a Republican type thing, but
So the weapons the
Democrat.
guards carry in this episode, they're called FNP-90s. FN stands for Fabrique Nationale, and they were
Yeah.
designed and built in Belgium.
Yep.
They're futuristic looking, but they're been in production since 1991, and they were actually used in Stargate SG-1 in 1997 as well.
Yep. Yeah, that was their main weapon. Yeah.
As you noted, this is the first episode with Tala, who replaced Alara. And guys, I don't know, we didn't spend too much time on her because it really wasn't an episode about her, but she to me is much stronger than
She's a better character in my opinion.
yeah.
her personality is more, I think, fits in with this group more. And
Fits more
Well,
of a security chief as well, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not doubting herself all the time like the other one was.
Yeah.
California State University at Northridge campus was used as a backdrop on this episode, but it was also used in Star Trek 2009 and in Random Thoughts with in Voyager. And ironically enough, that episode, if you remember, Milana was actually jailed because she had violent thoughts.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay. I
Yep.
remember that episode. Yeah.
that's right.
I've always hated that character, but
Who, Milana?
yeah, I don't like Lana.
I like Balana.
Oh.
She grows on you.
Like a fungus.
Yep. Captain Mercer. Okay, we read that one. He was Captain Mercer was quoting everybody at the banquet. He also said, we come away for the universe to know itself." It's a variation of one of Carl Sagan's better known lines. And the music. Oh, guys, did you catch this? Because I did. The music when the shuttle flies down from the planet is highly reminiscent from the score from Star Trek Motion Picture.
I didn't pick up on that, but that is fun.
Yeah, that
and factual.
it is indeed.
Fun facts that
One of the Rajorian leaders tells the armed security
done
to
yet.
watch the one with the ears, plural, referring to Atala. Ironically, the actress, Jessica Sower, only wears one prosthetic ear for her role. The right side of her head is always covered by hair.
Oh yeah. That makes sense.
It is not
Oh, yeah.
it is unknown if the character is meant to have an injury or a birth defect of some kind, or it was simply done to cut down some of the discomfort involved in getting into makeup. Probably that.
That's a good point because she always has her hair on that side. Like you never see her in.
So
any
she only
other-
wears one ear, like in any given
Yeah,
time?
yeah.
But it could be assumed that maybe she does have an injury or something, or maybe she doesn't have one ear from a fight or something.
So this Dave, another uniform thing for this episode. Dr. Claire Finn is seen wearing a standard uniform rather than her doctor's coat.
Oh, is this the first time she wore a standard? Oh,
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I remember thinking about that maybe the first time I watched this, but I had forgotten about thinking about that till now.
And another fun fact for Dave here, guys. The original air date was January 24th, 2019. So according to astrology, Kelly and Bortus would have been Aquariuses, the water bearer. There you
No,
go.
they would be. Wait. So when would their birthdays be?
Well, this was aired on January 24th, 2019, and she said her birthday is like next week.
No, yeah, but
that's not in
the
universe.
episode. No, it's November.
It's November in the universe.
Well, having birthdays between January 20th and February 18th. Okay.
No, it's wrong. Scorpio. Sorry.
All right, not a fact.
Fact check.
Actually, coming back
that
to the
doesn't
Beatles-
belong here. That's not fact.
Sorry. All the world is birthday cake is a line from I said this early Beatles song. It's all too much, but it was actually written by George Harrison and was featured in Yellow Submarine, the movie, which was a crazy movie.
Why do I not like B'Elanna? Because it is a terrible character who does nothing but whine and get angry. That's it. Those are the two emotions.
She's a good engineer.
That's great. But she still whines about it, or she gets angry about something. Like that's all she does.
Sometimes she's fun. She can have some fun
She's
moments.
not fun at all. Name what episode she was fun in.
She went on a date with Tom Paris once. It was pretty fun.
Oh, great.
I don't remember the specifics, but
I like when
Well,
she
she was had by all.
but it was
Yeah, apparently.
all. Everyone,
So much so
everyone
nobody can remember it.
really.
Okay, and the final fun fact of the evening.
Ooh.
Can you guys hear me?
Hello.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay, here I am. The final fun fact of the evening.
Now I can't hear him.
Go on.
And now he's dead.
Uh,
That was a terrible. Oh, there we go. We got you back.
did you?
Nope, he's gone again. That was great timing, though. I have to give him
Oh
credit.
no, this is
Well,
like
let's see if
I
he
have
comes
to know what
back.
it is now.
Well,
Like,
you know what? We'll have a final fun fact after our ratings, I guess, while we wait for Adam to reconnect. How's that?
Okay.
right now there's
Oh, he's catching
coming
up.
back.
Oh, maybe. Nope. Talk, Adam.
Are we here?
Oh, that's like a that's like 5-second delay. All right, Adam, come back in a minute.
Well, he's moving.
He's moving. All right. All right. Anyway,
did you kick him?
No, I didn't kick him. He left.
Oh, okay.
He's rebooting probably. All right. Well, you know, fun facts with Adam when he's not here.
Stop being a
Kevin,
party
stop
pooper.
being a party pooper. How's Kevin being a party pooper?
It's his party.
kinda my
He'll
thing.
poop it if he wants to.
Yeah, that's right. He'll poop if he wants to. All right. Anyway, let's do ratings while we wait. Oh, hold on. We might actually be able to get our fun fact. Hold on.
It's a kind of a fun fact.
All right.
Oh,
give
I'm
it
dying
us.
to know.
Oh, sorry. Here, hold on a second. I gotta.
gotta-
again. Hold on. Just hold
All
on.
right.
No,
Continuing fun facts with Adam. All
Okay.
right, now go ahead.
At the end of the episode, and I'm going to go upstairs and watch this. Apparently, there's a crew member trying to get Isaac to dance.
that is fun. That's
I
not what I was
want to see
expecting.
that now.
And it's
You
back.
should all run back.
That's
to
not
your
what I
team.
would have imagined.
And
was the
here's
fun
a
fact.
really not fun fact. How come every Monday about 9:10 my freaking internet goes away?
It's a good question.
I'm gonna go with maybe you're leaving your porn torrents on. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That must be
Maybe.
it. Yeah.
Could be that.
All my torrents.
All my porno. All right. Anyway, I'm sure that's not the case, Adam. Anyway. All
Are
right.
we rating this, or is
Yeah,
this X-rated now?
let's rate this. Let's rate this. Adam, what did
That was good,
you rate
Dave. I really appreciate it.
That was good. All
You
right,
know what?
Adam.
I didn't appreciate this episode,
I
Kevin.
did.
I'm giving this a 5.
He was gonna say 6, and then he went to 5. All right.
Yeah, I didn't want to say 6.
All right, Dave. What are you giving this? I think Dave's gonna be the highest one out of all of us.
8.
Wow. Wasn't expecting that high. All right, Kevin.
I don't know. This episode, it's not great, but like any episode that shits on like religion or astrology,
Yeah, that is a big thing for
or
you. Yeah,
I'll have to go 7.
7. All right. I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'm with Adam on this one. This is mediocre at best. There is definitely better episodes, which puts us at. Dave, you want to make the average? There we go. So the average puts us at 6.3. IMDb is currently at a 7.3. So they felt a little bit less.
Which is
than
a dip
last
from the
week's.
last 2 episodes.
Yeah, the last episodes have been in the 8s.
So I feel like this episode is
Combined
nice for
average
people.
is 6.8, which is it's not the best episode by far, but it's not the worst either.
I think they, again, Tala's first episode, they should have done something better with her.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of okay with this though, because I hate when they introduce a character and then give a whole storyline to the character that exact time. Like, I like to see them kind of start first and then kind of get into a more serious story. So
could have had her lead an extraction team on day 2 and save all that
and
time.
then you wouldn't have had an episode. Yeah, exactly.
They could really use transporters as well on this show.
Oh my God. I am missing transporters, Dave, every time.
You're like, I just beam them. No beaming.
We have a request here. Kevin needs to sing the Fun Fact song. Maybe
I'm not going to.
He's not going to. I can tell you right now.
Now that you're trying to force me, it's definitely not going to happen.
It's not going to happen now, for sure. All right. But you know what? There's a lot of things that are happening on this channel. And you know what? I bet Dave knows some of them.
I know some things when I remember.
Cool.
Like tomorrow night, we're doing Star Trek The Next Generation episode, Heart of Glory from season 1. We're still in season 1.
Heart of Glory. What's that one?
Heart of Glory, that's one of the Klingons. It's got your old buddy Vaughn Armstrong there, Admiral Forrest himself, coming to play the Klingon commander here in this episode. Yeah. And they try to lure Worf to help them do some bad stuff or something. Like, remember they scream up at the sky. They go, ah! The Klingon guy dies.
This is where they try to make Worf have morals, but it doesn't actually look like he does.
They try and fail. I believe, Adam, you're on tomorrow, right? If I'm
I'm on. Yeah.
Just don't go past 9:12.
No, it works on Tuesdays, Jody, and it works on Sundays.
Oh, okay,
it's just Monday.
Damn it, Mondays.
I don't know what it is.
Just
crazy.
Another manic Monday.
The best thing though was the timing, because you literally said, oh, can you guys hear me? We're like, yeah, no problem. And then all of a sudden you're gone.
And Ashley's on tomorrow, right? As well?
I think so, yeah.
And I can't remember if we have a 4th, but it might be Kevin.
It might be.
It is Kevin.
We'll see.
It is Kevin.
There you go. You got your 4. You're good to go.
So you want to hear us talk about Heart of Glory? Tune in live tomorrow on our live stream, Facebook, YouTube.
Maybe I'll sing the whole episode.
Maybe he'll sing an old Klingon opera. We'll see.
I think Kevin could do a good Klingon opera.
Yeah, I think he could too. Well, that's David's specialty. He always knows how to get into it.
I don't want to be cutting his grass.
Yeah. Also, there was just a Class L probe in the Locutors/Science division. Ashley, Adam, and Dave Puxley. They were deep diving into many interesting topics. Some great debates and
what
not just debates, but
Adam. Or is he gone again?
Pardon? No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I said, what topics were you talking about on the Class L probe?
Oh, we had a discussion about Denise Crosby in the first season, whether she was right to be written off the show. That was good. What else did we talk about? That was mine, so I remember that one.
That was a good one.
Oh, we talked about Jack Crusher, and Ashley brought some unique perspective that doesn't always work with a lot of testosterone in the room. So it was good to see that perspective. The question was around whether Beverly was right to hide her from Picard forever, from Captain Picard. Sorry, hide Jack Crusher for the 20 years.
Yeah.
And if you want to find out the answer,
go listen to that.
You have to watch it or listen.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I could get right into that again. That was a really good conversation.
We should make that into a short. Anyway, so yes, we have all those things. And check out also, Jody, Star Trek Lower Decks coming back soon.
Yeah, when's that happening? Do we know yet?
I don't think we have a date yet, but I think it's gonna be in
I'm guessing November.
Yeah,
I don't know why they're so cagey about announcing dates in the Star Trek universe.
They want us to get excited like a week before, or they just don't have it done yet. Maybe October 24th is what I'm seeing here for the release date.
Well, you're not too far off.
We're actually less than a month.
Couple weeks
before Lower Decks is coming back. I think Stephen Waters says he wants to come talk about that with us. So and a
I
few
still
others.
haven't been on anything with him. I'm looking forward to it eventually.
Well, he hasn't been on in a while, but yeah, he wants to
Maybe
put through his
one day.
hand in the ring for that.
Maybe I'll have to join you for one of those.
Oh, it's a fun fact, Kevin.
A fun fact for Kevin.
Okay.
I'm all for that. Make it
Is it
quick
about-
though, because we're trying to close this off.
He's a year older now.
He is a year older now. He's almost caught up to my age.
He's always chasing it.
Yeah.
All right.
Where's my
Well,
question, Sam?
Come
How long
on,
does it take
Sam.
to type?
He's typing it. You know, that's how it
Dave's
goes.
going to start talking about astrology if you don't hurry up. Let's go.
He's got to do a spell
Better not
check,
be-
guys. Let him do it. He's got to do a
Better
spell
not be
check.
who I think's going to win Big Brother.
Oh, I bet you that's exactly what it's going to be.
He probably thinks his crush there, Mackenzie, is going to win it. So, and she might.
Oh, she's definitely going to win.
No, actually, it's Tiffany, my draft pick. Sorry, Sam. And if it's not her,
I think
Cam.
it's gonna be Kevin. Is there a Kevin?
there is no Kevin.
No.
There was
I'm
there's
going
a
to
Kim-
win anyway.
He must
There's a
have already
chemo.
got. He must have already
I
got.
I win every time I don't watch it.
You know what? I think we all do.
Okay, well, hell,
That's
yeah,
not a question.
that's not a question or a fun fact, Sam.
I answered his question. I preemptively answered it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, because he doesn't go fast, I think we're gonna have to close this puppy out. Anybody got
well,
any
that's
final
it.
thoughts?
Okay. What's the next episode? Do we even mention
Oh,
that?
well, you know what? I didn't mention that, but you know what, Dave? I will do that just for you. But right now I'm stalling because I don't have that available. So give me 1 second here. And I had it the whole time. It's called A Happy Refrain. And Clara's personal life takes an unexpected turn. Gordon makes an unusual grooming decision to Bortus. Oh, this is the mustache episode.
This is the one where Isaac is wearing the beater and the
Yeah, he's wearing the
underwear
beer.
and
He's wearing the
drinking the
beater and all.
beer. This
Yeah, he's chugging the beers and stuff.
is some, this is one of the
This
all-time
is
funny.
this is a weird episode, but it's fun. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I'm looking forward to that one next time.
He said he already put it up. He already put it up in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about Big Brother. We don't care. All right. Anyway, I'm not going to ask Dave because if I ask Dave, I have to hear about it for 20 minutes. So
check it out on Thursday. We'll be talking about that on Super Mario Brothers.
Go over to the Super Mario Brothers channel. Sometimes both of them are there.
Sometimes. On
Sometimes.
occasion.
Some lucky days. Anyway, everybody, live long and podcast.
See you next time.
You know, you think I would have that ready, but
You're ready, Jody. We got this.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. Tune in to X-Rated, the X-Men animated review show. Artistic interviews with graphic histories. A roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And movie reviews with Hold Up, a movie podcast. And while you're at it, spin a few records with Eamon on Track. Watch us duke it out on trivial debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mario Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.